yourself, man.
Sure.
How did you get into music, and why do you want to put yourself in front of the camera? Because most people don't feel comfortable being in front of it.
Yeah,
So
sure.
why do you want to put yourself in that spotlight?
Okay, so first things first, obviously, go by the name of artist A2O, or some people call me Kadu because of the apostrophe. Obviously, there's not many difference. Either way, I'm easier. But I've always done music. I've been doing music. Everyone says since they were young or from when they were a child, but literally that's what it is.
Yeah.
I have been doing music for a very long time. I started off as a producer first, and been um, trained by ear through all the musical instruments. So I play keyboard, I play drums, bit of sax, bit of bass, and for there it's just taken over my whole being of what I love. And it's a fire, you know. It's a passion that you just want um, to make people feel good.
Yeah.
It's about putting out a vibe and doing what you know best. You know, like there's some parts in that where you bang your head against the wall and thinking, how am I going to make this sound right? Does this sound wrong? And a lot of behind work we go through, kind of being at the end of the day when the product comes out, everyone just wants to, oh, that's my song, that's my song. So for me, being in front of the camera is just placing a mark, you know, placing a mark on myself in terms of my heritage, like Ghanaian heritage, the music I've always loved. It was never hidden or it wasn't an excuse. It just wasn't accepted. So I always promoted it, no matter what scene or what genre was out there. It's only now that the Afrobeat or Afro Islandy kind of feel is now grown, and so I'm only just now aiding to be part of that kind of movement, and obviously I'm enjoying the process for that. So that's how we put it on here.
So when it's like music and stuff, so with most people that we speak to, they have this weird story of how they got into music, what inspired them to do music. Like one person we spoke to was like, I just hear beats in my head all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And I just got fed up with hearing in my head, and I wanted to hear it through my speakers.
Yeah.
And like he was like, that's what pushed him to be a producer, because like every time like he was always or drumming. So like for you, like what was?
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like possessed. Like sometimes like the facial expressions, like be sitting there up. It can even disturb my sleep. That's how bad it goes. You know, like I hear sounds in my head constantly, all the time. Whether it could be like some drums or like keys or a melody, or I could listen to an advert and all of a sudden I like that bass in the advert, like, or I'm listening to just like somebody tapping and all of a sudden I think of a pattern, or just words people throw around certain kind of lingers or words nowadays. Oh, that would sound good in a track, you know. And it if it's, I don't know, if I have to go as far as saying as this, like if you're possessed, that's what it is. Like possessed with the music. It's just simple, like constant. Sometimes I'm at a point where I haven't even finished one first and I'm on to the next one. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, calm down. You know what I mean? Finish one first, then get on to the next one. But music's always been in the family. I started at a very young age where, like, playing in church, as always, with a lot of talented musicians or a lot of people out there. It's funny how their basis always starts from church. And I believe it's not only from there, it's where you build your confidence, you build your ear. My older brother was into music. I've got uncles who are musicians as well. So it's not a small thing. We've always been having that ear and having that kind of nick to just get out music and make it.
Yeah, that's fair. So what do you do? Like, it's not, like, like right now it's more or less like we said, like it was ground floor. So like everything is sort of, everyone that's sort of starting out and, sort of getting themselves out there will see, we personally believe will see the financial benefits and everything come rushing in later, like when the time comes.
Yeah.
But right now it's sort of in its genesis. So like, how do you support that? Like, how do you keep going? Like, support system, people around you. Like, is that a network of like African Londoners that just go around and like, yo, we're here. Like, let's do this. Like, what is it?
Not really. The thing is, I think um, a lot of us musicians here know what it is already. We all know in our head what we want to do or where we want to go. And we've always had one purpose, and that's to make Afro music international. It's not a base of it just being an African UK. That is the purpose and that is the goal. It goes as so far as to be careful, like be saying what kind of words you should put in it, whether you should put pigeon in it or whether you should put tree in it, whether you should just sing in English but still have an African kind of accent. It's that deep now because we want it to be accepted in a way where it needs to be. Like it's our baby and it needs to grow. And
Yeah.
even for what we're doing, like most of us still support ourselves, funding it. Like I'm still in a 9 to 5. Like I would love to say this is what I do full time because it's my passion.
Yeah.
But I'm real with myself and I keep it open and honest and know that I still need to go and do something else in order to do what I love. It's just that simple. But the industry and the scene here, we keep tabs on each other. It's a push. We all push each other. Someone's doing well, it urges you to know that you can do it as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not
It's not
anybody trying to bring
Yeah.
anybody down. It's more a case of how we're going to support,
Each other.
how we're going to do this. Okay, what do you think of this? Oh, bro, I'm thinking about putting out that. What do you think? Nah, that's not going to work. Try maybe this. They might do the same thing, vice versa. Some people get artist frustration. I had artist frustration. It happens. It's all part of the music life. But being frustrated as an artist is not a case of being annoyed about why nobody's not hearing you. It's probably the annoyance of why you're not being supported.
Yeah.
So it's very, very different to the feel that you want to do. But at the same time, when you trust yourself, you trust your movement, you trust your talent, and you stick to it, people will hear at some point. It's gonna
That's
happen.
right. So, Jesus Christ, I lost
Yeah.
my train of thought. Where was I going? Yeah. So there's a reverse now with music and gatekeeper. So now that you said like it's your baby,
Yeah.
right? I've no, again, it's not me, but other people that we speak to, like they talk about it growing and it needs nurturing and blah blah blah, and certain industries need gatekeepers.
Right.
Is this genre an industry that needs sort of gatekeepers like founding fathers of the sound, like the way you go back to hip hop, you go all the way back, like you have Run DMC,
Yeah, of course.
and they sort of come through and they sort of vet, like even now even if it's not like open,
Yeah.
like there's somewhere quietly like in the studio, like giving their own opinion, like Rick Rubin is still
of course.
quietly very
it's
there
still-
with Kanye West. And that sort of thing needs gatekeepers because right now I feel like back home it's been mishandled
Yeah.
to the point where like it needs a total restructure.
Right.
Whereas here, it's because everything's sort of set, like sort of everything's connected.
Yeah.
Right? There's someone that's over there that's building. Someone had to build Spotify for you guys to be able to have a
Of
medium
course.
to be able to push this, do this, blah 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 blah. Right? So everything's here.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that link together over here that
Yeah,
benefit because everything here is more robust.
Of course.
But back home, because those things aren't there, it takes so much more effort. It takes
Of course.
10 times more effort. So
Yeah.
does it need gatekeepers? And who do you think the gatekeepers should be? Because like we said, like eventually when you want acceptance, you have to go back.
You have to go
So
back.
where should the gatekeepers be? Or should be
See,
split?
the gatekeepers, in my opinion, should be back home. Like, it's important for it to be back home because when we're talking about certain kind of artists and producers, like let's even if you got into the hip life kind of thing, and we look at Apoitus and OD4 and Madfish and all of these artists that were coming out at the time and doing their thing, they set pace for a lot of stuff. And what they were doing was showing how music can be transitioned from our normal kind of thing from high life, which is the authentic for us, the authentic, just the feel good kind of music, to now saying we can make this like an African urban scene with an Afro kind of or African kind of feel to it. So for them, these are like they're the pinnacles. These are the artists that hold certain kind of trophies in a way to say, guys, like we've done it, and if you want to do it, by all means, develop and change, but don't forget what we've tried to do or how we tried to go about it. Here, on the other hand, like you said, we're so accessible here. Here is we do what we know, and we try to branch it out as much as we possibly can to give our sound that notice, you know. But it doesn't die because we're still having that our African feel here. We still bring our stuff and we still do it here. It don't have to be in Ghana to make sure that that feel good music throws out.
Yeah.
You know, it just needs to be a connection and a unity, and saying that we should be able to go to Ghana, or the UK artist can go to Ghana and not be, oh, well, because he's UK, what's he doing here? What does he know? It should be like that. Everyone should embrace and help that unit to grow. If we do that,
The movement could be crazy.
this movement will
mad.
be mad.